Hello students, welcome to RH Chemistry. In today's video, I am going to explain about counseling scheme and FAQs for NEET undergraduate courses that is conducted by MCC. Complete counseling and registration procedure I am going to explain, and immediately after this video I am going to explain where you have to new registration should be done, in which website, a list of colleges, how can you see that, what all the facilities which is present, what is the fee structure, everything we are going to discuss immediately after this video. And this video also, see the video completely if you want complete information. First of all, I will tell you, all India quota counseling is not compulsory for all. So many students have asked me the same doubt. Sir, I want to participate only in the state quota, 85% Karnataka state quota, but whether all India quota also I have to involve. No compulsion. If you want other than the Karnataka state quota, then definitely you can opt this online, this MCC on all India quota counseling. So I want only state quota means not necessary to involve in all India quota registration. But if you want AFMC seat, if you want BHU seat, Banaras Hindu University, or if you want Delhi University seats, or if you want JIPMER, AIMS, then you have to involve in all India quota. I hope it is very clear. Yes. First we will see some of the important points. Here I am not going to explain each and every points. I will give this PDF in the Telegram group, and also in the the link will be given in the description box also. If you want, you can download, and also from the direct MCC website also you can download. Yes, we know that. So these are the list of abbreviation, everything they have given. So here, introduction, NEET UG counseling, that you know that, right? So now you can see all India quota. 15% all India quota seats will be there for which all the category. If you see, 15% MBBS BDS seats of states, 100% MBBS BDS seats of Banaras Hindu University, 100% MBBS seats of AIMS across India, all India quota of JIPMER, all India quota seats of Delhi University, AMU, VMMC, ABV, Atal Bihari Vajpayee University. So all India quota seats of faculty of dentistry, that is dentistry, Jamia Millia Islamia University, all India quota seats of ESIC. So all India quota seats of ESIC, only 15% ESIC seats, that also I will tell you. So now reservation policies, how it will be. So you can see that SC 15%, ST 7.5%, and EWS quota will be there in the central universities only, right? Now you can see, next if you go for this, see, eligibility condition for all India quota is the candidate should have qualified NEET UG and domicile free. Domicile free means you are from anywhere from India, you can participate in the counseling. There is no particular domicile is needed here, hence it is the name domicile free. Yes, next we will see 100% deemed university seats will be, this is very important. Most of you have asked how this deemed university seats will be allocated, and this deemed university seats will be allocated by MCC only. So very, very important. Remember, if you want any deemed university seats, for example, in Manipal deemed university is there, right? So if you want seats of deemed university, then you have to register for MCC counseling. So remember, very, very important point. Round 1, round 2 AIQ, all India quota, then mop-up round will be there, then stray vacancy round will be there. All these rounds is explanation, I will do it in the next part of the video. Right, so here 100% seats of the deemed university will be given only through MCC. Remember that point. Yes, reservation policies, everything you can see here. Also it is domicile free, and it should be qualified in NEET UG 2020. And AIMS you can see that there will be 4 rounds of counseling in the AIMS. Round 1, round 2 AIQ, then mop-up round and stray vacancy round for 18 AIMS which is present in the overall India. So remember that. So AIMS has its own eligibility and admission policies for which the candidates are advised to go through the same, which means AIMS website you can go and you can cross check with these eligibility and admission policies. Here For AIMS also, remember, candidates should have qualified NEET UG, domicile free, and candidates are advised to go through the information bulletin of the AIMS to take the admission in the AIMS. So it is under MCC only, so Medical Counseling Committee. So you can see that AIMS information bulletin before going to take this registration. Then ESIC, here you can see 15%. You know that in Karnataka also 2 ESIC colleges are there. One is in Gulbarga and one is in Bangalore. So ESIC 15% seat will be allotted through All India quota, and remaining 85% will be treated as state quota. Remember that. Then here also ESIC candidate should go qualified to a NEET UG and domicile free. It should be Central University and Institute also same. And then Delhi University is also same. Then you can see AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, also 15% All India quota, 15% state quota will be there. There also you can participate. Banaras Hindu University is also same, 100% open seats, domicile free seats will be there. You can take admission anywhere from India. So then you can see here Central Universities under MOHFW, 15% AIQ and 85% state quota will be there. AFMS also same. Then JIPMER also you can see, out of these 179 seats will be there for All India quota, and 70 seats will be there for state quota, in which state that JIPMER is present. So for this also you have to go through the information bulletin of JIPMER. Yes, registration and counseling procedure. That is a very important part in this case for any of the above universities or colleges. If you want to take the admission, you have to remember these things. So correctly see that round one registration. Already I have given the complete schedule for this registration to the last round, which is given in the MCC website also. You can go through. Main counseling registration, which will include payment of, remember, non-refundable registration fee. How much it is, I will tell you in the next part. Refundable security deposit to be refunded only in the account from which it has been made. Very important point. First point, try to understand. So any of these counseling only start with initial payment of non-refundable registration fee. It will be not much. Around 1000 it will be there. I will show you that. Refundable security deposit. For deemed university there will be 1 lakh or 2 lakh like that, and for other colleges it is 10,000 rupees it will be there. So refundable security deposit will be there. So it will be refunded, no doubt in it, refunded if you don't take the seats. There are some conditions, I will explain in that later part. Refunded only in the account which the payment has been made, which means from which account you have made the payment, the same account you will get back that particular money. Exercising of choices and locking of choices will be there. Process of seat allotment in round 1 will be there. So publication of result in the MCC website, reporting at allotted medical dental college again as round 1, which means in the round 1 if you get the seat, you have to go to particular college and you have to take the admission. Then what is round 2? Round 2 new registration you have to do. So round 2 you can see candidates who registered for round 1 and did not get the any seat allotted are not required to register again. Very important. If you have already registered in the round 1 and if you have not got any seat in the round 1, then automatically you are eligible for round 2. And some of the students can directly take part in the round 2 by paying registration fee, whatever it is prescribed. Fresh new registration for round 2 for those candidates who have not registered in the round 1, who have resigned and not reported in the round 1 need not register again. See, the same thing I have told. Have registered, not reported in the round 1, which means round 1 you will register, but you will not report to the counseling procedure. Then also you are eligible for round 2. Not registered in the round 1 also you are eligible. Fresh choice filling round 2, and there will be fresh choice filling for round 2, which means whatever the choice you will fill in the round 1, you have to fill once again the fresh choices in the round 2. Publication of results will be there and reporting in the allotted medical dental college. After that what happens? End of the 15% state quota. If any seats are present not allotted, So that will be automatically sent to the state quota. Remember, state quota. So or institutional quota of Central University or Central Institute. Very important. For example, just imagine there are 10 all India quota seats are there. 8 seats are filled and 2 seats are unfilled. Then those 2 seats are directed to the state quota for the state counseling. So remember that. Then what is mop-up round? See, mop-up round only for deemed universities, central universities, ESIC, AIMS and JIPMER. It will not be there for, remember, so state quota seats. Under all India quota seats, there is no mop-up round, because remaining seats will be directly sent to the state quota itself. But mop-up round will be there for deemed universities, central universities, etc. Fresh registration with payment registration fee for mop-up round of the following. So remember, in this particular case, fresh registration is needed. Those who registered in round 1 and exited free exist in the round 1. So in round 1 there will be free exit. So if you exit that I don't want any seat, then you have to fresh register for the mop-up round. Who registered in round 2 and exited with the forfeiture of the fees can register again with the payment of fees. What is this forfeiture of the fees? I will tell you later. So who is registered in the round 2 and exited, them also you have to register newly for mop-up round, right? And mop-up round can be registered by the new students also, no problem at all. However, candidates who have already joined and taken admission in the round 2, very important, of all India quota deemed central universities, AIMS, JIPMER, will not eligible to participate in the mop-up round. Remember, if you have already taken admission in any of the rounds, then you are not eligible in the mop-up round. Fresh choice filling will be there for the mop-up round depending on the seats available. Publication of results will be there, and reporting at the allotted medical dental college after mop-up round will be there, right? So then very important thing is stray vacancy round. So if you are a deemed university, central university, AIMS or JIPMER, there will be stray vacancy round. And remember, this stray vacancy round will be conducted by these universities only, in these universities only. Remember, list of what they will do, MCC what they will do, they will send the registered candidates 10 times the number of stray vacancies. For example, if the vacancies are 10, right, 10 times the 10, which means MCC will send 100 seats, which means 100 names depending on your rank or your preferences. 100 seats will be sent, rather 100 names will be sent to the deemed university for stray vacancy round. So you can see list of registered candidates, 10 times the number of stray vacancies to be sent to the deemed universities for stray vacancy round. So these are the important steps for the all India quota registration. Now final stray vacancy round will be there. Right? Now, some FAQs, which means frequently asked questions, we will see. See how to use registration and choice filling from a website. Very important, how to make the choice filling and registration. Candidates will have to log on to the website. Here you can see, candidates should log on to the website in this particular case. So www.mcc.nic.in, which is operational shortly, now it is not there, to register and then fill the choices, whatever it is there. Before going to fill the choices, remember, you will get the list of colleges, seat metrics, everything it will be given, and how to see that I will show you in the next video. See, do you require any documents to get registered online? See here, you will be required to fill up some information that you have given on the application form. Here, what all the application the information you have given while filling the NEET application form, the same information they will ask here also, you can fill it very easily. Then, so these are the FAQs, you can read it very easily. So that I will not tell once again, right? Registration and counseling I have explained. So next we'll move to important steps, right? Yes. Yes. Is it necessary to join? See, one important point here. See, I will show you only those FAQs which are necessary. Remaining you can read. So question number 9 you can see, is it, because so many doubts will be there. I will get the seat in round 1. What to do to participate in the round 2? Right? Is it necessary to join allotted medical and dental college of round 1 to get a chance to participate in round 2? Very simple question. Is it, if I get the seat in round 1, to participate in round 2, whether I have to join the particular college or not? No candidates need to report or join the allotted college of round 1 since there is a free exit. Remember, only for round 1 there will be free exit, which means just imagine you have allotted with the one particular college which you don't want actually. You have added in the preference list, so 10th number, and you got that seat. Hence, you don't want that seat means what you have to do? You have to do free exit. You have to do free exit. But if you think that I may not get the seat in round 2, hence I will take the admission in round 1. Then if they want to hold the round 1 seat, they have to join physically the join college of round 1, give up gradation willingness for round 2 at the time of admission. What is the meaning of this? I will tell you in the very simple language. What is the meaning of this gradation willingness for round 1? Just imagine, so first one, A college, B college, C college, D college. Just imagine you have got the seat in C college. In the round 1, you got the seat in C college. You wanted the seat in A and B, but you don't want to leave this C also. Just imagine, you don't want to leave this C also, but you want A or B. If you get by luck, that is well and good. Then what you will do, if you don't want C, then definitely you can do the free exit, no doubt in it. Just imagine you are allotted with the round 1 seat, that is for college C. You don't want that seat, then go for free exit, so that whatever the non-refund, this security fees payment you will do, that you will get it back. Then just imagine you want seat C, but just you want to check your luck whether you will get the seat in B or A, that will be well and good. Then what you will do, you will directly go to that particular college physically and you will join the college before end date of round 1. Then what you will do, there will be one form, give up gradation willingness anteli. So there will be one gradation willingness certificate, that you have to fill it and give it to them, or it may be in the online also you have to fill. What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is, in round 2 if you get a seat in A or B, then automatically this seat C will be cancelled. Just understand, you have allotted with the college C, you want that C and you want to check your luck with A and B. Then what you will do, you have to join the college first by paying the particular fees. Then what you have to do, you have to wait for round 2. Before that you have to fill this upgrade willingness form. Then you have to wait for round 2. In round 2, remember, just you think you will get seat B or A, then automatically this C seat will be cancelled, which means for that also you have to go to that college and take the another willingness form. Fine, that I will tell you later. But you can take the admission and B and C now. But if you don't get any seats in B and C, your C seat will be fixed only. Now you cannot go out of this seat C. See, if you want to go out, it is possible, but whatever the fees you will pay here, like 1 lakh or 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees, those amount will be forfeited, which means it will not be returned back to the student. Remember that. Then directly we'll go to question number 17. Right? Question number 17 you can see, after I join second round of counseling of 15% All India quota deemed university, can I leave or resign to join state quota or private college seat? Very important question it is. Most of the students can have this question in your mind. See, once you joined second round of counseling of 15% all India quota or deemed university, can I leave and resign to join state quota? The simple answer is, once you join second round of seat from all India quota, you will not be allowed to vacate from allotted second round seat as per direction by Supreme Court. Very, very important. Remember, you will not be allowed to vacate that particular college. However, if you are allotted a seat in second round and all India quota deemed, you can exist with forfeiture of secondary security amount. See, they are not telling that it is not at all possible. But if you are allotted a seat in second round of all India quota, you can exit with forfeiture of the second security amount. See, once you joined the second round seat, it is not possible to come out of that particular college according to Supreme Court decision. But if you are allotted and you are not taken the admission, if you have allotted and not taken the admission, then remember, exit with the forfeiture of security amount. Whatever the security amount you will pay, that will not be returned back. See the difference in round 1 and round 2. So round 1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು, in round 1 if you exit freely, your security amount will be refunded if you don't want the seat like that. In round 2, if you don't want the seat, then security amount will not be refunded, but seat will be cancelled. But if you join the college in the round 2 of 15% all India quota or deemed university, you will not be allowed to vacate that particular college. If you vacate, if you don't take the admission at all, what happens? Your name will be sent to all the states, especially the state where you belong. And for example, KEA in Karnataka, MCC will send your name to KEA that this particular student has joined 15% all India quota. You are not allowed to give any seat for the same student under the state quota. Then you will never get the seat under state quota. Remember that. So if you don't want any seats under all India quota, my suggestion, don't participate at all. If you participate, if you get the seat, then you have to take the admission in round 2. In round 1, if you get the seat, definitely you can leave. But my question is, if you want to leave the round 1 seat after getting, then why you participate in that particular MCC counseling by wasting your money? Don't do that, right? So that is the important question. Then you can see next question. If I consent for upgradation of my choice during first round, and if my choice is allotted, is it necessary to join at a college allotted during second round? Very, very important. Just imagine I told in the above question, you will get the seat in round 1 and you will take the admission and you will say that I want for upgradation of my choice. Then in the second round you will allotted with the particular choice. Then the question is whether it is necessary to join at the college allotted during second round, or can I continue with the first round? See, in case student is allotted seat during the second round of allotment process, the seat allotted during the first round will be automatically cancelled immediately. See, after getting the seat in round 2, there is no choice for you to remain with the round 1 seat. You cannot say, ಅಂದರೆ ರೌಂಡ್ 1 ಸೀಟ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ರೌಂಡ್ 2 ಚಲೋ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ರೌಂಡ್ 1 ಸೀಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ, ನನಗೆ ಅದರ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ರೌಂಡ್ 1 ಸೀಟಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದ್ರಿ, ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮನ್ನು ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದ್ರಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೆಟರ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕರೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದು ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡೆಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೌಂಡ್ 2. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ರೌಂಡ್ 1 ಇಂದ ಸೀಟು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಎಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಲಾಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಸಂಬಡಿ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಸಿ, the candidates will have to join the college seat allotted during the second round after obtaining online generated relieving letter from the college allotted in the round 1. Remember, directly you cannot go and take the admission in the next day only, but what you have to do, in online they will give you the college, round 1 college will give you relieving letter You have to take that relieving letter, then you have to join. If a candidate does not join the college or seat allotted during the second round with the stipulated period, then the forfeit his fees. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೌಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಫೀಸನ್ನು ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಲಕ್ಷಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ರೂಪಾಯಿ, ಅವಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಫೀನ ಫೋರ್ಫಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಫೈನ್ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅವರೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾಪ್ ಅಪ್ ರೌಂಡ್. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾಪ್ ಅಪ್ ರೌಂಡ್, ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಡಿಪಾಸಿಟನ್ನು ಅವರೇ ಇಟ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾಪ್ ಅಪ್ ರೌಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಈ ರೂಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಿಷ್ಟು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಟು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಾಯ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಅಲಾಟೆಡ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ just imagine you have allotted with the particular seat. What all the documents needed? Original documents along with the attested photocopies of the documents for admission to undergraduate medical seats for admission to 15% state quota and all India quota required like this. Allotment letter issued by MCC. First of all, they will give you one allotted letter. Right? MCC, they will give you at the end of the round, they will give you admit card of the exam institute issued by NTA. Admit card you have to take. If you don't have admit card, already I told in the previous videos, you can download it now also. Please download it. Result or rank letter issued by NTA. So that is nothing but the result what you have downloaded. Date of birth certificate you want. If metric certificate does not bear the same, which means if the 10th certificate having the date of birth, then not necessary to take this birth certificate separately. Class 12 certificate, class 12 marks card is needed. Class 10 plus 2 certificate means that is nothing but I think study certificate they want. Study certificate they want. Fine. 8 passport size photos they want. Provisional allotment letter generated online. Allotment letter they will give you on online. Proof of identity they want. NRI, OCI, that is candidate we don't want. And SCST, if you have any certificate, SCST, the format is given at the end of this particular PDF. The same in the English or Hindi they want, remember. OBC certificate if you have any, PWD certificate if you have any, and EWS certificate if you have any, but EWS is only for central universities, not for this all India quota also. So remember that. So these are the things which is required in this particular case. Yes, see, this is the flow chart. You can see here clearly. All India quota and deemed university round 1, what happens in this case? Free exit is there. So not necessary to give any fees for that, and your whatever the security amount is there, that will be returned back. Second round, what happens? All India quota are deemed, if not joined, the fee will be forfeited. Remember, if not joined, you have allotted with the particular college, and if you are not joined, then definitely you have to give that particular fee. You have to give up. Ineligible for further counseling if joined. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, if you are not joined, then you are eligible to participate. If you joined, you are not eligible to participate in the next upcoming rounds. And government, you can say 10,000, and deemed university 2 lakh the security deposit will be there. See this amount, it is not the small amount. For government seats, remember 10,000, and for deemed university 2 lakh will be there. Remember that. Then state quota, what happens is, in the free exist is there in the first round, and state quota means it is 15% state quota they are talking about. So if not joined, if not joined, your fee will be taken. If joined, your fee will be as it is, and you are not eligible to participate in the further counseling. And here for private colleges 1 lakh rupees, government 10,000 rupees will be there, right? So like this mop up round and deemed university mop up round also you can see. Now I will tell you what all the fee structure. See, very important point. This is very important point. Fine. What are the various fees to be paid at the time of registration? Correct ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Here at the time of registration student should pay two kind of fees. One is for deemed universities ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮೊದಲು. Non refundable registration fee 5000. Non refundable registration fee 5000 for deemed university. Refundable security amount to rupees 2 lakhs. Remember 2 lakhs. Which means you have to fill 2,05,000 at the starting of registration. See, any candidate opting for deemed university will have to pay 5,000 non-refundable, 2,000 refundable security amount at the time of registration. That only I told, it is only applicable for round 1. In round 2, if you don't join the seat, then you have to give up this 2 lakh rupees, remember. For 15% all India quota central universities, DU, AMU, BHU and all, remember non-refundable fee is 1000 rupees for unreserved candidates, GM candidates, and 500 rupees for SC, ST, OBC and PH candidates. Refundable security amount is 10,000 for UR candidates and 5,000 for SC, ST, OBC and PH candidates. So remember, UR candidate, any UR candidate opting for central universities, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೀ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ 11,000 ಫೀ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ 1,000 ನಾನ್ ರಿಫಂಡೇಬಲ್, ರಿಫಂಡೇಬಲ್ 10,000. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ round 2, if you get the seat and if you don't want to join, then this 10,000 will be forfeited, which means 10,000 will not be given back. Very important. 2 lakh for non-refundable, which means refundable security amount, which means second round non-refundable for deemed university, plus 5,000 means 2,05,000 you have to fill it in the this registration round. Here 11,000 you have to fill. See the difference, 2,05,000 and here 11,000, right? 11,000 at the time of registration. If you are SC ST candidate and all, you have to pay 5,500 rupees. Now see, in case of candidate had to apply for both AIQ and deemed university, what should be done? Very simple. If you want for AIQ also and deemed university also, then you have to pay the higher fees, which means 2 lakh plus 5,000. 2,05,000 you have to pay. Deemed university, whatever you pay, that will be allocated, that will be taken for this all India quota seats also. What does exist with forfeiture remains in the second round of counseling? See, very important point. Andre exist with the forfeiture, which means your money will be not given back. Your whatever the security amount you have given, that will not be given back in the second round of counseling. What is the procedure? See, exist with the forfeiture means if a candidate allotted a seat in second round of counseling and does not want to join the allotted seat. Very simple. Allotted seat but does not want to join, then can still exit with the forfeiture, which means losing that security amount deposited. Once the candidate joined the allotted seat, would not be eligible for resigning or surrender of joined seat. Hege, if you joined already, then you cannot come out of that seat. If you have not joined, you want to come out of the allotted seat, then you have to give that whatever the fee you have given. See, 10,000 is not the big amount when you go under all India quota. But deemed university, if you opt by giving 2 lakh rupee security amount, then that 2 lakh will be forfeited, means it's a very big amount. So you have to think twice before going to involving in the counseling. Remember that point, very, very important thing. Then, in what condition security amount will be forfeited? See, the security fee will be forfeited if the candidates who has been allotted a seat in the second round and mop-up round of DGHS does not join the respective institution during second round or mop-up round of counseling. Very simple. In second round, you are allotted with the seat. If you don't join, your fee will be forfeited. Also, the security amount will be forfeited in case of candidates give wrong information. Remember, wrong information at the time of registration. At the time of registration, you will give wrong information like caste information, OBC, general, this PWD, like that. You don't have that certificate at all, and you will give that information. At that time also, remember, this fee will be forfeited, and if there any seat is allotted also, it will be cancelled by the admission authority. Hence, you have to be very honest. Then, when and where the security amount will be refunded. See, very simple, very clear information they have given. Security amount will be refunded only after 15 days of that complete process of MCC. Security amount will be refunded to the same account where the security amount is initially deposited by the candidate. Which means they have given one example, through the card so and so, 1 2 3 4 so and so, refund will go to the same card. If the security amount is deposited from the account so and so, State Bank of IFSC code so and so, then the refund amount will be go to the same account with the same. Hence, the candidate should keep their card or bank account active till refund process is completed. Very clearly they have told, if you want the refund, then remember that refund will be done for the same account or same card from where that money is deducted. Right? See, if you cannot say, if the amount is deducted from one account, and if you give application for another account, it will not be entertained by MCC. Remember that. So I hope I have cleared so many doubts. So registration, counseling process, fees, where you will deduct that particular fee, and in which case, round 1, round 2 rules, everything I have cleared. If you want some more information, you can read this PDF once again. At the end, I will show you some annexer, andre format for the certificate. See, format for the certificate. This is a certificate for person with disability. This should be certificate in this format only. So remember that. Second, performer for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe certificate. Performer should be in the same format. Then, performer for other backward class, OBC, NCL certificate, non-creamy layer. The performer should be like this only. Then, and these are the numbers, MCC call center, toll free number. You can mail also if you have any queries and all. So only for queries regarding finance, accounts, refund related matters, online counseling need to use, you can ask them. So this is about the total MCC, Medical Counseling Committee registration and counseling process. I hope I have cleared many doubts of yours. If you have any doubts, so you can go through this particular the video once again and see this particular PDF. I will give it in the Telegram channel. So if you want, you can search in the Telegram channel RH Chemistry. You will get my Telegram channel. You can join there free of cost. You will get this particular PDF. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Thank you.